Hi, hello, and welcome to my third video for my video submission for my bachelor admission in University Tunku Abdul Rahman for my bachelor in science architecture. My name is Luth Hakimi, and I am a student who finished his foundation in Multimedia University in Sabarjaya. For this third and final video, actually, I will be drawing a bridge. But this particular bridge will be quite extreme. I would say I put a lot of weird elements in it. It's a combination of both suspension and arch, which will look quite interesting. It's actually done by a civil engineer, which might lose his or her mind. For this design, I tried to give it a more animalistic design, where I kind of put a lot of nature animal elements in it, and I kind of really took it in depth with that sort of element. And of course, I will be showing you the rough sketch of the bridge, and then I will show you the outlines of the sketch, which you will see clearly on how the design would actually look physically. And of course, I will have to show you that I am actually doing it. Let's move on. So here you can kind of see the rough sketch of my bridge, and yes, you can also relatively see the animalistic features on the bridge. And of course, once I am done with the outline and all of the important parts of the sketch, and the actual parts of it, and not just the the test sketches and all that, you'll be able to see the actual physical form of the design. So I'll be back. And here is the drawing of my bridge. As aforementioned, it has a very animalistic design. It has like some sort of dragon, snake, eel things around the bridge. And as you can see, those lines represent the suspension. But there's also some suspension below the bridge. I'm still kind of figuring out how that'll work, but it will look pretty cool if it is possible. As you can see, and the animalistic for on the animalistic design, there's 5 different kinds of eel snake things that I've created. You can see one here. Here's one of them. It looks like some sort of weird cone head with a pincher on its end. And you can also see it has like some worms, some worm things growing on its body. The second one here is a like some sort of anchor head, and it has like some these vein things around at the top head, at the end top head of its body. The third one here is one that kind of like has a needle nose on it, and it also has an eye with some scars on it. The fourth one here kind of like has some tremor vibes on it, with some razor blades on its body and on its entire body actually. This one kind of like has an octopus tentacle mouth things alongside on the inside of it as well, with some thorns, or I would say spikes, I guess, growing on its body. This is the entrance which I mentioned on the bridge. I kind of imagine cars would kind of enter this, and as they go out, they would see the snake eel things on the bridge, and those act as the suspension of the bridge. While these two lower snakes on the ground, they resemble the arch, and as you can see, there's also some supporting pillars on the arch snakes as well to support it furthermore. And they look simple. I didn't do anything crazy with them. They have upside down triangular eyes. And here is the bridge itself. How I imagine is that the body will kind of like have like these metallic block things, metallic block decorations around it. And I also imagine the bridge to be a semicircle for its overall shape design. And yes, it'll be that thick so that it'll hold very heavy transportations like trucks and all that. And you can also, and here is kind of like the fence of the bridge. I am so sorry, as I still need to learn what these parts are actually called. And for these fence, I kind of designed them a little bit at the bottom here. You can see it has some thick metal pipes around it, and then it has two smaller, two thinner ones on the inside, with another snake eel design inside it. But I figured it'll be kind of boring if it's just one same design, so I designed 1, 2, and 3 other more designs to go in here. And alongside at the top of the metal slab, I actually inserted each design from each of the suspension part of the snake eel design. You can see there is focus please. You can see there is the eye from that design. You can see the worm things, the razor blade, the vein things, and the thorns alongside at the top. I kind of like sprinkle each of them at the top, and this design will basically repeat on these fences, which I figured would be pretty cool. So that is my design for my bridge. The inspiration to this is that I kind of saw this design on the internet. I can't remember where, but it has it has this design which, when I looked at it, I kind of tried to dissect what's actually going on there. And from the design which I saw and I tried to dissect, the design of the bridge kind of looks like a wheel. And from there, I tried to figure that it has a animalistic design, but just modernized and simplified, I guess. And from there, I kind of take that as a core, as for my inspiration, and I try to put that in my bridge design here. But of course, I try not to copy or plagiarize it to the core, to the brim. So I decided to do my own twist on it by adding it, by making it these fictional snake eel things. And I would say I'm pretty I'm pretty satisfied with it, not fully, but kind of, because it still requires some logic to the placement of the suspension on, and how this thing will actually work as a bridge. I mean, it looks cool, but for it to work as a bridge, I think it needs more logic for the civil engineer's part, I guess. And when I designed this, for the third time, for the I think it's the same for my house, for my forest mansion and bullet train design. I put quite the amount of effort, time, and I poured my heart to the brim for this particular design. When I designed this, of course I want it to work as as designed for its concept, a bridge. And I did try to do that, and and I believe I can do better, as well as any kind of applies the same as well for my forest mansion and bullet train design. And when I designed this, um, I I I did put quite the amount of work, exerted work to make this design at least comprehensible, and dare I say it, work as a bridge to be as intended physically and practically. And I believe, if I am able to get my bachelor, and I believe if I am admitted to the Bachelor of Science Architecture in University Tunku Abdul Rahman, I believe I will be able to expand this design to make it more comprehensible and more logical, in a more practical sense, and not just not just design wise. I believe I will be able to learn furthermore and advance my understanding in design, and the logic of this design with that bachelor. And I believe I will try myself as well to learn to make it more practical, and of course to make it more pretty on the design department, as an as a future architect, as well myself, maybe. And I do really hope, with with this design that I chose for my video submission, I am admitted and chosen for the Bachelor in Science Architecture in University Tunku Abdul Rahman, which is the same that I hope for my forest mansion and my bullet train design. uh, when I chose for those particular designs, I really do hope that I am able to be admitted for the Bachelor, because I really try to pour my heart on the architecture prospects in the study area. And the reason why, I think I am kind of repeating myself, so I try to come up with something fresh. The reason why I chose architecture in the first place is because I kind of have a particular eye for design, where I kind of have my own aesthetic design and style to my own design, which you can kind of see from my forest mansion, bullet train, and bridge design, which of course is this one. And I really do hope that I really do hope with all three of those designs I am admitted to the Bachelor. So thank you once again. My name is Luth Hakimi.